Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's it's the party. The party is here. The book launch party is here. The book launch party is here. It is an exciting time. It is a great time here for me to be here with you. And those of you who are joining, welcome. Welcome to the book launch party, my second book launch. My second book launch. If you guys recall, I have a first book that I published, Amazon bestseller, Healing the Spartans. And today we are here to launch the second bestseller, Hypertension, Killing the Silent Killer. Healing the Silent Killer. As we letting people getting through, coming on board. We got the champagne at hand. Go ahead and phone your friends, share this. Let everybody know that we have started. The party has started. Please go ahead and join us. We about to share some great information, some knowledge that will be life altering for you, for your family, and for your loved ones. So please, if you are joining us from StreamYard, please put your name, where you're joining us from, so that I can acknowledge you. Acknowledge you. Say hello in the chat. Go ahead and tell me where you are calling from, where you're joining us from. And if you're following us on Instagram, hey, let's go. It's live. The book launch is here. Hypertension, Killing the Silent Killer. You know who I am. I'm Dr. Sanul Corrielus. I'm your board-certified cardiologist, CEO of Corrielus Cardiology, CEO of Suave Concierge, and your #1 bestseller for Healing the Spartans. We are here today to launch a book that has been a labor of love for me. It has been a labor of love. I have been treating hypertension for a long time. Hey, Ken, check your joining. Kenneth Anderson, joining us from Philadelphia. Kenneth, thank you for joining us. Please share this broadcast with your circle, with your community, because we're about to share some knowledge, some information about heart health, most importantly, the silent killer, hypertension. We're excited, as I was saying, about this book. This book has been a labor of love because I have treated hypertension for over 2 decades now. And hypertension still continues to be causing a lot of devastations in our community. And so it is really a passion of mine to be able to bring this information to you, the knowledge that will help you to know about hypertension and how to safeguard your heart. So very excited about this opportunity, very excited about this, very excited to shake the champagne in this occasion to really help to knock hypertension out. That is the mission, that is the drive, that is the goal. Because the more you know, the better you can defend yourself. A lot of people don't know. And so they end up having the heart, their lifeline, their pump being burnt out by hypertension. So we're going to put a dent into that. We're going to put a stop into that with this book. And thank you, Dr. Carol. Dr. Carol Penn, my super friend, has joined. She said, congratulations. Thank you, Carol. Carol is joining us from the Red Bank out in New Jersey. Thank you, Carol, Dr. Carol, for joining us. It is truly a pleasure, and thank you for really putting your name in the chat and identifying yourself and letting us know where you are calling from. It's very important that to me that you share that information. And also, I'd like you to really share this broadcast with your community, because we want more people to know about this. And this is not going to be a best kept secret any longer. We want people to be aware about hypertension. We want people to know about what the devastation of hypertension is doing. And so let me talk about hypertension. When we're talking about the devastation of hypertension, it's real. It's about 110 million people in the United States suffer from hypertension, even if they know it or not, even if they acknowledge it or not. Some people just don't want to acknowledge it. They say, hey, I don't want to claim hypertension. But nonetheless, hypertension is defined as a blood pressure systolic, the top number, greater than 30. And the diastolic number, that is the bottom number, greater than 80. So if your blood pressure is greater than 130 over 80, you have hypertension, whether you acknowledge it or not. And the sooner you acknowledge it, the sooner you are able to do something about it, because then you become you take accountability to making it better. Because until then, it's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better on its own. So that's what we're gonna talk about. So why so a colleague of mine asked me, what's my end game? Why do I keep writing books? Why do I keep writing books and writing books? This is a colleague of mine, and especially hypertension, a book on hypertension. So for me, there are two reasons. There's a personal why. Personally, those of you who know my story, my dad died of hypertension and heart failure. He died when I was in my late teens. So if you can imagine, in your late teens, that's when you need your dad around as your young boy. This is your formative year. These are the years when you need guidance. You need your best friend around you. And so I did not have that. Heart disease stole my best guide, my coach, my best friend from me at that age. So one thing I remembered vividly was he was dying of heart failure, but he had no idea what heart failure was and how to defend himself. So his knowledge, his knowing about the condition was very minimal. So that stuck with me. That really told me that books, I know we have a lot of books on hypertension professionally, but the books that matter most are the books that speaks to the people, that speaks to the community, that empowers the community so that they have the knowledge to do better about their heart health, to do better about their condition. So now they're no longer fighting disease, running to the doctor, but now they take accountability for their health. They know what their blood pressure is supposed to be, and they take steps to improving their blood pressure. So that to me is the drive, is the why I wrote this book, to be able to speak to the people in the community, like my dad, who did not have any information, who did not have any clue about his condition, so that the community can be empowered and do differently and do better. So that's my professional why. So it's both personal and professional. So in this, in my practice, I teach about hypertension. I talk about hypertension to my patients. and let them know what are those things that they need to do, what they're doing wrong, how they can do it better. Give them options so that they know better. Because when we know better, we do better, don't we? So we all about finding knowledge. We all about really trying to find information to better ourselves. So this here is full of information to better yourself, to better your health, to better your heart health. And so please get your copy. Not only get your copy, this is Thanksgiving time coming. It's not just about you. It's not just about you. It's about your community, people around you. You want to be able to share this with your community. Go ahead and get your copy. We're going to be able to give you a copy, the link shortly. The link is going to come to go ahead and click on the link and get your copy. I want you to get the copy, not just for you. I want you to get a copy of the ebook for your family, your community, so that you can share this information, this knowledge, so that they can be in the know. They can be empowered. Because this is what it's all about. We want to advance ourselves. We want to move ahead, move forward with information, knowledge that's going to help us to do so. So we talked about the reason why I wrote this book. So let me get into the book in a little bit with you. I'm going to read a couple excerpts from the book so I can give you a sense of what we're talking about. On page 15, chapter 2. Chapter 2 is about mind-body connection and physical well-being. A lot of times when we're talking about optimal health, when we're talking about our own health and well-being, we have to take a multi-fold approach. And the approach has to be mind, body, and spirit. We have to think about our physical health. We have to think about where is our mind? How's our mind helping us to get in alignment with our goals for our body? And of course, our spirit. So mind, body, and spirit is very important. When we talk about wellness, we are really talking about achieving a state of balance between ourselves and our environment. The entire internal landscape must be functioning properly, including the mind. And if there's anything irritating to the sense of well-being and safety, that is when the cascade of protective reactions begins that disrupts the balance and leads to a disease state. And the disease state is the chaotic state, and the state that fuels the discomfort and the cascade of conditions that we experience. Understanding how the mind and body are connected can be a powerful way of controlling blood pressure. Possibly the greatest and most deadly form of disruption is stress. Dr. Carroll said, yes, true health is the balance and integration between mind, body, and spirit. Dr. Carroll knows it well. Dr. Carroll is, again, a super friend who is very well versed in the area of mindfulness, being intentional about the practice of mindfulness. Thank you, Dr. Carroll, for your comment. And so when we talk about stress, we need to understand that stress is a big contributor to hypertension. There are two types of stress. There's an acute and chronic stress. Acute stress, also known as the fight or flight response is normal. It's a normal physiology. It's part of our normal physiology. This is an important evolutionary response to danger, such as facing down a predator. Our bodies release a surge of adrenaline, causing an increased heart rate and increased blood pressure, giving us the excess drive and energy to contend with the acute situation. It's the other type of stress, the chronic stress, that is problematic. Chronic stress is a condition that does not go away. For example, if you have constant fear for your safety at home, or if you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. Those are chronic stressors that cause stress hormones to flood the body on a regular basis. It can be detrimental to the endothelium, that is the skin inside our arteries, and lead to high blood pressure. In acute stress situation, the blood pressure goes up and then comes down. But in a chronic state, the blood pressure does not return to normal. It reaches the endothelium, causing it to stiffen, which begins the disease process. That's what we call the atherosclerosis. The atherosclerotic changes that makes heart disease, that makes hypertension the leading contributor of heart disease. So if stress causes hypertension, you can imagine stress is a strong contributor to heart disease, is among the leading contributors to heart disease. Oxygen is life. That's another excerpt in the book. It is the fuel that feeds all the cells in our body. Food is important, but only as a vehicle to facilitate the transport of oxygen. Proper amount of oxygen allows the endothelium to return to its original state of happiness and compliance. So those are some great tidbits, guys, that you need to be aware of as you are working on your wellness journey. Keep in mind, wellness is a journey. It's not a destination. You can never stop working on your wellness. You need tools. You need knowledge. You need information. That's why I want you to click on the link. We have the link on the screen right now. Thank you, team. We have the link on the screen. I encourage you to go ahead and click on the link. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get that information. Let's get the knowledge. Let's get it not just for you. Let's get it for your friends, your family, your loved ones. Because at the end of the day, we are as strong as our community. We are as healthy as our community. So we want the people around you to be healthy. We want the people around you to continue to fulfill their life, their God-given dreams, their gifts, their purpose. And so do you. So the link, as it says here, it's www.bit.ly Killing the Silent Killer book. That is the link. So we're gonna move. Move ahead. Um, please, again. Oh, there's Dr. Lakeisha. Thank you for joining. Dr. Lakeisha is in the house. Another one of my super friends. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming and being part of this great celebration. And again, this is about you. It's about your community, providing you with the information, the knowledge that you can take with you so that you can continue to be healthy and act on your purpose. I'm told that the link I misquoted is www.killingthesilentkillerbook.com. Okay. Thank you, team. So we're gonna move this right along. Let's talk. I think we touched on it a little bit in the excerpt that we pulled from the book, but we're going to elaborate on this a little bit more so that we can understand why hypertension is called a silent killer. Why is it's called a silent killer, right? So what is hypertension? We defined hypertension as the top number, the systolic blood pressure greater than 30, and the diastolic, which is the bottom number, greater than 80. If you go to your doctor and your pressure is greater than 130 over 80, you have hypertension. And so what does that mean? What does that mean? What is hypertension and why is it the silent killer? Magali Alexis is joining us from Boston. Magali said, "Great job, Dr. Corrielus." Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I appreciate you joining us and getting the knowledge, information, so you can share with your community. This is awesome. So we. Okay, I see. All right, so let's get this. Let's do this correctly. Okay, we're going to get this right. For the link, let me say that I was told that it is bit.ly killing the silent killer book.com. Okay, so I think we got it. It's bit.ly killing the silent killer book.com. All right, so fantastic. And Dr. Hope in the house. Thank another one of my super friends, Dr. Hope. Thank you for joining. It's Dr. Hope. Could you type in the chat where you joining us from? I know you travel, so I just want to make sure that I am saying it right. Maybe you're in the city of brotherly love. I don't know. Let me find out. Go ahead and put it in the chat when you can. So we're talking about hypertension and why is it called a silent killer? And so when we talk about hypertension, we have the top number and we have the bottom number, right? So the top number is the systolic number, is the systolic. Oh, think there's Ben the stretch love. Another one of my super friends. Thank you, Ben, for putting this in the chat for us. Appreciate you joining. Ben, thank you. And as my good friend Access Gastro Clinic, all great discussions is a comment. Thank you, guys. I mean, it's great. It's really great. And Dr. Kina from Chicago says, "Hi, Dr. Corrielus. Great to see you. Congratulations." Thank you, Dr. Kina, for joining. Thank you. It's awesome. It's awesome to have you all being here, getting this information, this knowledge that you are going to take to your own community. So, Dr. Hopes, thank you. Congratulations. Appreciate you. So we're going to go back to why is hypertension the silent killer, right? That is the question. It is. So let's talk about hypertension, the top number and the bottom number, right? So the top number is the opening pressure. That's the opening pressure. That's the pressure that the heart feels, right? That's the pressure that that hits the heart. How much pressure is the heart under when the heart opens? Because you have when you have the heart, you have 4 chambers in the heart, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, right? And the 2 on the bottom, the left ventricle, the left ventricle does all the work, and that's the chamber that's connected to the main artery that connects to the heart. That's the aorta, right? And so when we measure the pressure, we're measuring the pressure in the aorta, right? And so the aorta is connected to the heart through what's called the aortic valve. So the aortic valve, once the aortic valve opens, so now the pressure that's in the aorta is the same pressure that the heart feels. What kind of pressure is the heart hitting against? That is the systolic pressure. Once that pressure, the valve opens, then you have the pressure in the aorta, that main artery, and the pressure in the heart are the same. So imagine, so when we measure your pressure, that top number, that's opening pressure, is in the aorta. So that's the systolic pressure. Imagine if that pressure is greater than 130. Normal is 130. If it's greater than 130, that's the pressure that the heart is experiencing, right? So a lot of times I have people coming into my office with blood pressure, the top number being 200. Imagine that now the pressure, the heart has to pump against a pressure of 200. That's a lot of pressure that the heart has to contend with. So that's putting the heart under a lot of pressure. That's putting a lot of pressure on the heart. And so you can imagine for the heart to be pumping days in and days out under that tremendous pressure, that's a lot on the heart. That's a lot. So every time that aortic valve opens, that heart feels that big pressure, right? And so the bottom number is the diastolic pressure. That's the pressure when the aortic valve closes. That's the bottom number, right? And so again, it's important that both of those numbers are in good range. It's important that both of those numbers are in good range. And so that the heart is not subjected to high pressure. The heart is not working too hard. Dr. Leslie Sharp is joining us. Thank you, Dr. Leslie, for joining. Absolutely great. And Dr. Andrea, hi, Dr. Sanul. Congratulations. Your book will be a powerful tool for improving one's personal health. And that's Dr. Andrea from Erie, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Dr. Andrea. Another one of really my great friends, great kind words there, Dr. Andrea. I appreciate you so much. And so we're going to carry on. We're going to keep talking, right? So now So the pressure, so the heart is being put against that high pressure. So now we have all the high pressure on the heart. And so that is over time going to have detrimental effect on the heart. And so the other thing that happened is that when the heart is subjected to the high pressure, now the inside of the arteries of the heart, what we call the endothelium, starts to get eroded, right? So it causes, it's almost like the skin is very smooth. It's very smooth, very thin layered, right? So when it's been hit by high pressure, eventually it starts getting eroded. So the erosion is what causes now the process of the disease process. Now you start having plaque building up. Now the artery wall is compromised. Now the walls start getting atherosclerosis, the hardening of the artery, and the plaque building up. That's what causes the artery to now start clogging. So you have clogging of the artery. That's what causes heart disease or heart attack. Okay, and also when that happens in the brain, you get stroke. Right? When that happens in the arteries of the kidneys fail. When that happens in the arteries of the leg, you have what's called peripheral vascular disease. That's why you have to have amputations and things of that nature. So I want you to understand that. So once you understand that, then you know why you need to be cognizant of your blood pressure. Now you know why you need to really do all you can to know your blood pressure and be able to control your blood pressure. One thing I have to say is, even though we have so many people with high blood pressure diagnosis, okay, we've known about high blood pressure for years, and we have a number of information that high blood pressure leads to heart disease and stroke. Still, less than half of the people who have the diagnosis of high blood pressure have their blood pressure under control. So in other words, even after people have the diagnosis, they know of the diagnosis, their doctors know of the diagnosis, less than half have it under control. And so there is an opportunity here for us to really do better. We have to do better as a community. We have to do better as a overall. And so the way we do that is by bringing the information, the knowledge to the community, to the people, so they can be empowered and do what they need to do to take care of to safeguard their heart and control their blood pressure. So we're gonna go on to talk about, that's gonna lead us into some of the sequelae to hypertension, right? So we're gonna touch on 7 sequelae from hypertension. Hey, Dr. Kelechi, my Dr. Kelechi says, congratulations, I'm watching, an awesome job. Thank you for joining. Dr. Kelechi is really a great friend, also joining us from the great state of Maryland. And thank you for being part of this. And Dr. Kina says, so many patients are in denial. Yes, denial is really is very important to acknowledge that. Denial is one of the key reasons why a lot of people with hypertension don't have it under control until the heart disease, the kidneys start to fail, until the sequelae start taking place. And so that's what we need to debug. We need to debug that really quick and now, because that's how we make the dent. That's how we're able to make the difference. Because if you have the hypertension, you are in denial, you're not helping yourself. You are not helping yourself. And it is guaranteed, it is clear. Dr. Regina, thank you for being here. Thank you. Dr. Regina says, congratulations. So what are the sequelae? We touch on it, right? We talked about heart failure. Heart failure is, hypertension is the leading contributor to heart failure. So most patients most folks who have hypertension and that are not under control, they develop heart failure. There's no question about it. We know that. That's the leading contributor. We know hypertension leads to atherosclerotic heart disease. We talked about that. How the disruption of the endothelium of the artery, it leads to kidney failures. It leads to stroke. We talk about peripheral vascular disease. We talked about the loss of limb as a result of hypertension. Patients develop dementia as a result of hypertension, and then the loss of eyesight. So many sequelae comes on as a result of having hypertension, and uncontrolled hypertension also can lead to chronic headaches. So definitely don't be on the denial side. Acknowledge it, know your number, know your blood pressure, and don't just know it, act on it. If you go to your doctor and your doctor tells you, okay, what's your doesn't tell you your blood pressure, it is your duty or responsibility to take accountability for it and ask your doctor, what is my blood pressure today? And if it's high, you need to find out, okay, what is the plan that we're gonna put in place to get it in the normal control? So you are not walking around with any blood pressure higher than 130/80. So what are some of the in moving forward, we need to understand, so what are some of the misconceptions or myths that there exist about hypertension, right? So I'm going to touch on 10 of them, okay? I know there are a lot of them. We don't have time for all of them, but we're going to touch on 10. In the meanwhile, while we're doing that, again, I want you to go ahead and grab your copy. It's very important that you do. It's very important that you share this with your community. We want a healthy community. Health is wealth. Health is everything. It's abundant. Health is really how you're going to be able to stay on your purpose, to deliver on your purpose, to deliver on your God-given gifts. Know your numbers. Yes, Dr. Leslie says agreed. So what are some of the myths? So number one, I don't need medications to help control my blood pressure. The thing is, a lot of times people think that they don't need medications. They can just take the herbs. They can just take the, try different things. It is a complex condition. Hypertension is a complex condition. So you need a multi-pronged approach. You need multiple ways of controlling that blood pressure. And one of them is medications. So it doesn't mean that you take medications, you're not going to do any of the other things. Yes, you still have to eat healthy. You still have to control your salt intake. You still have to control other means of really managing the blood pressure. You still have to sleep well. But the bottom line is that you have to be able to take medications if that's what you and your doctor it has come down to. Okay, so you got to take your medications. I lost weight, or number two, I lost weight, or other interventions have worked for me, so I'm cured. So I don't need, so I don't have hypertension anymore. So again, that's part of the denial. You keep you look away, you turn away. So many times we get so busy doing so many other things that we don't spend that self-care time. We don't take that time to go check on ourselves, go check on our blood pressure. Self-care is expensive, especially when it costs you your life, your health. It's going to cost you a lot. So definitely, it's very important that you take that time, spend that time in you. Retreat, and don't forget, Dr. Andrea says, we treat and don't forget. Yes, we got to be able to understand that if you forget how and when to take care of that blood pressure, then it's gonna go back to being elevated, and you're going to lose the benefit of the work that you've done. So really stay in the know, stay intentional, be intentional about hypertension. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. That's how it becomes a silent killer. It will cause damages. So don't sleep on it. All right. Stay on the alert. Stay in the awareness, and constantly be in the know. Have your own blood pressure cuff. Really monitor it. Check your own blood pressure on a regular basis, on a daily basis, same time. Do it at the same time so that you have some level of consistency, so that you have reliability. Okay, so Dr. Sen has joined us. Thank you. Oh, Dr. Kelechi says, I got my copy. Thank you, Dr. Kelechi. Absolutely. That is, I like action. That's a lady who is really intentional, really about this is no longer, we cannot be wishing. We gotta be intentional. We gotta take action. We gotta do it Dr. Kelechi's way. Take action. We gotta take action. Take action. Really. I mean, if you don't, hypertension is going to cause devastation. We know it. So absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Kelechi, for taking action here. And so number 3, I don't have any family history. So you have high blood pressure. You say you don't have family history of heart disease, any heart failure, but you are going to start the history. You're gonna, if you don't act, if you don't start taking care of your blood pressure. So let's go. Start taking your blood pressure on a regular basis. Know your number. Know what your blood pressure is. Where is it? If it's elevated, let's get it down. Let's get it down. Okay. So number 4, positive family history. It's inevitable because it's inevitable because I cannot prevent it. The blood pressure has not worked. Nothing has worked for my family. So a lot of times people take other people's experience, make it their own, because the other person who may have had a bad experience may have done something totally different than yours. You are unique. Your physiology is unique. You are different. Your physiology is different. So let's go and take your own health into your own hand. Check your blood pressure, know your number. If it's elevated, have a plan. Not just a unilateral plan, but have a plan for success. Have a plan that's going to get your blood pressure under normal limit. Have a plan that's going to get your blood pressure below the top number, below 130, and the bottom number below 80. Is it? If it's not, let's go. Let's get it down. All right. Number 5, I'm healthy without any major medical problems, no medications needed. So because you have high blood pressure, you don't have any other medical problems, that does not mean that you don't need to control your blood pressure. You got to stay on it. You got to take the blood pressure medications. Okay, another one, number 6, I'm young. I don't have to worry about it. I tell you, one of the things that I have experienced that's a tragedy to me over the past 10 years that I have been treating hypertension, a lot people are showing up younger and younger. Younger people showing up with kidney failure on dialysis. When you go to the dialysis unit, you see a lot the people getting dialysis are getting younger and younger. It's a tragedy. It is really unbelievable. So that's why you need to be on the lookout. And in the community, you see a lot more dialysis centers being built. So that tells you something. And the number 1 killer is hypertension. It is hypertension. So be in the know, stay aware, take action. Okay. So Appreciate you, Dr. Sin. That's taking action. I have Dr. Sin has got my copy. That's awesome. That is tremendous. That's why I love my super friends. Because I am I love it when we take action. And you want to take action too as a community, as a people. If we want to stop the silent killer, we gotta take action. We gotta do different. We cannot wait for it to take care of itself. We cannot wait for hypertension to take care of itself. It's not gonna happen. You gotta take action. When you take action, when you take the steps necessary, you take your medications, you do your what you need to do, you do your part, then the blood pressure will no longer this be a silent killer. It will no longer be a silent killer. If it's gonna kill, then you're gonna put on a fight. You're gonna put on a fight. I want you to fight. You gotta fight for your life. You are here. You're on a mission. You have a purpose. You got the drive. You got things that you have to accomplish, to do. So you are on purpose. You stay on purpose. So don't let hypertension ruin it. So number 7, I am healthy. I do self-care. I have low stress. So I don't need to treat my hypertension. No, you need to treat your hypertension. You have to stay on top of it. Number 8, I'm skinny. I'm skinny. I don't have too much weight on me. I don't have to treat my hypertension. No. No. Dr. Kalesha says, yes, have a plan for success. Your life depends on it. I love it, Dr. Kalechi. Yes. You cannot be playing around. You can't play around. This is your life. You have a lot. Especially those who I call my Spartans, right? You are the top of your profession, the top of your craft. You have a mission. You have to deliver. You cannot play around with not knowing your blood pressure. No, you can't. You can't afford to do that. You have to know your blood pressure. You have to address it. How can you address it if you don't know it? You need to know your blood pressure. Now you know. Now you know you're going to do better. Dr. Sylvia, my super friend from the great state of Maryland, joining us. Congratulations, Dr. Sanul. Thank you, Dr. Sylvia, for joining. So we're going to finish up with the myths, right? Number 9, my family member took medications and had complications. So I'm not going to take medications. No, you have your own personal journey. Let's go with it. You're going to use other means. You're not just doing medications. We're going to make sure you're sleeping, you take your supplements. We're going to make sure that you're eating proper diet. We're going to make sure that we have a complement of things that you're going to do. Dr. Tanya, congratulations. Thank you. Wow. So you want to do that. You don't want to lead by somebody else's experience because your health is unique. You are unique. All right. And number 10, I have normal blood pressure sometimes. It's only high at the doctor's. Okay. So blood pressure does fluctuate. You have to understand blood pressure fluctuates. Blood pressure is not a one number still. It's not static. It fluctuates. It goes up and down. The fact of the matter is if it goes up, how high it is, and the longer it stays high, that's the pressure that the heart is feeling, is experiencing. Imagine if you days in and days out, you're experiencing high pressure, you're gonna break. So that's why stress is a big contributor. That's why you have to understand stress. You have to address stress. You have to take care of your stress so that you can control your blood pressure. And so if your blood pressure is high at any point in time, it needs to be addressed, okay? So you got to get it taken care of. So, hey, listen, buy your book. Buy a book for you. Buy one for your friends, your family, your loved ones. Get a copy. Get a copy now. And we have the link here. We, again, said it's bit.ly/KillingTheSilentKillerBook.com. I got it right. Oh, Awesome, awesome. Hey guys, I mean, it's been fantastic. I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun here. There's Malika Cox joined us and says good information. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad this was helpful for you, and I would really urge you to take action and not just get a copy for yourself, but get a copy for your community. Share the link. Share the link now. It's not too late. Let's go. Let's get copies. Let's get copies. It's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving time. Let's go. Let's get a healthy community around you. Let's not play around with your community. Your people depend on you, so you depend on them as well. Okay. So we are getting ready to wrap up. I mean, I think this is tremendous. I've had a great time sharing information and knowledge with you. It's really truly a pleasure for me to do this every time. And there's gonna be more coming. There's more coming because I am truly driven, inspired to really to your health. I want to be a partner in your health journey, and so I want you to really continue to stay tuned. Stay tuned. There's more to come. So I want to acknowledge and share my gratitude to my publisher, my editors. I mean, they did a tremendous job with getting the book out for me. Really tremendous. My team here working behind the scene, making sure that I get I dot all the I's and cross all the T's. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And my office staff will help really caring for my patients, and oh man, my patients love me and love me just because of my staff. You know, they help me do the work, the great work that I do. I truly appreciate you guys. My business coaches, you know, Dr. Dre. Thank you for all you do, the inspiration. Nehemiah Davis, I gotta give you some props, my brother. You're really truly inspirational. You are really very gifted, my brother. Keep up the great work. You have really inspired me to really continue to be the best that I can do to give and pour into my community, and so that we have a healthy community. And my video marketing strategist, I will be remiss if I were not to really give all the credits to Dr. Andrea Jeffers, who's been a champion, who's been a force behind me and support me every step of the way in pulling this project together. Thank you, Dr. Andrea. And to all of you, my patients who are out there, who are really inspiring me every day to do what I do to be the best. You bring the best out of me. So I'm truly grateful. And those attending today, all my super friends, there's Dr. L. Thank you for joining. Oh my God, that's really warms my heart. It really brings my blood pressure, shoots my blood pressure, gets my blood pressure to the healthiest level to see you guys, to being part of this with you, of this journey. And of course, my family, my wife and kids, my beautiful children, for the support, putting up with me, putting all the long hours into the books, to pulling this together. I'm really forever grateful to you guys. Well, this has really been an awesome hour. This has been great. Had a lot of fun. Most importantly, I want you to really make sure that you get a copy of your book, get a copy of your ebook. The link is on there. Please go ahead and get that. Again, I'm Dr. Sanul Corrielus, your board certified cardiologist, CEO of Corrielus Cardiology, Suave Concierge, your Amazon bestseller, soon to be number two Amazon bestseller. Thanks to you all. And I am truly inspired to really bring community health, to bring the community to a better heart health experience. So thank you again for joining. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Hope you enjoy your book, and really go spread the message of health, heart health throughout the community. Please follow me on all forms of social media at Dr. Corrielus. It's DrCorrielus. It's at Dr. Corrielus. That is my handle. Please follow me. And I thank you again. Thank you for coming for my book launch and helping me make this another bestseller. Now, let's go. Let's go shake some champagne. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Awesome. Thank you again. Be well. Stay blessed.